Hey folks, hope everyone's having a safe and happy day. This is a video response for a contest that Up North Collectors is doing. They're giving away, well, they have an option. You can choose a baseball pack option or a basketball pack option, the winner of this. So Up North, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to go with the baseball pack option, even though I do like some basketball stuff. And what they asked is that you come up with some kind of top 10 list that is hobby related. So my list is going to be the top 10 baseball related channels that I'm watching right now. Some of these I've been watching for years. Some of these I've just come into in the past couple of months. But all of them I enjoy. And maybe if you haven't heard of some of these, you'll check them out and give them a subscribe. And so, yeah, and I don't do this, I don't have any fancy editing software, so I don't have an intro to my channel. I don't throw up graphics. So I do things the old-fashioned way, the flashcard way. So in no particular order, I'm going to start right now. And the first channel that I watch is Nolan, who does Elite Co 3. And I like his channel because he does sort of a market pulse. He talks about what's big in the market right now. He's not just baseball focused. He does have a good bit of football, some basketball, but he talks about the market pulse, and he showcases cards he's purchased, cards he's sold, trends in the market based on his sales and sales that he's seen, and just a very knowledgeable guy to watch. So Nolan at Elite Co 3 would be my first. Along the same lines as Nolan is Phil over at Filmington. He does the rookie card explosion box. It's a great product. I enjoy it. It's sort of along the same concept of the contest giveaway that Up North Collectors is doing, where his product, you're looking for rookies, you're chasing for rookies. And he also does a great little series on prospects, and he looks at the analytical side of prospects and guys who are newer in the majors. And I love analytics. I love stats and analytics, and throw me some numbers out there and throw me some charts and explain to me. And you'll see some channels later that delve into that kind of stuff too. But Filmington is a channel I love to watch. Third up is, not because I'm trying to kiss anybody's butt or anything, but Up North Collectors. I enjoy the father-son banter. I got into this hobby in 1991 and did it I enjoyed it with my dad up until his passing. Now I enjoy it by myself, and my wife's into it a little bit, but it was something that my dad and I bonded over for 26 years. And it really got me into, actually my first love when I got into the hobby was more of a vintage focus, because when my dad started collecting with me, when we both got into it, he started refocusing on the cards that he had when he played Little League Baseball, and those were like the 1958 to 60, 61 years. So I grew up with a lot of 50s and 60s cards around, and I still have a lot of 50s and 60s cards, as well as I have a good bit of pre-war stuff too. But yeah, enjoyed the hobby with my dad immensely, and I get the same impression from these guys that it's a father-son duo, that they just enjoy doing this thing together. They enjoy bonding over sports collecting. So they're fun to watch. They're positive. They give some insight. I love watching the rookie chases. So it's just a fun channel to watch. Very positive in the hobby. Along with the positivity line is my next one, Silver Jackify. He just enjoys the hobby. He loves talking about the hobby. He loves talking about cards, baseball cards. Loves talking about his collection. And it's just enjoying to watch him and the positivity that he brings to it. So Silver Jackify. My next one is going to go towards more of a narrative. I have a couple of narrative channels that do stories, and they are analytically based, I would say. They're more numbers than narrations. But first one is Out of Here Baseball. Some people have asked me, where do you find a lot of your information? Where do you find out about prospects coming up, or where do you hear these little tidbits of information? And most of it comes from forums, because there are people out there who are way smarter than I am when it comes to this stuff. But this is a channel I discovered recently, Out of Here Baseball, and he does stories based on stats, like who is having a better year than you would think, because maybe the numbers that are really, that they're doing really well on aren't considered really significant numbers, but when you take them as a whole, they are fairly significant. So who's having a better year than it looks like, and who is probably going to have a good year coming up in the next year or two? And some of it's speculation, but it's based on stats, and I love that. I love when you can have some evidence to back you up. So Out of Here Baseball, check out that channel. Another great stats channel, and he does some great breaks, is Striker Breaks. What I love most about his channel, he does breaks, and I enjoy breaks, but what he does that I love is he does Excel spreadsheets showing the best, what product gets you the best bang for your buck. Typically, it's hanger boxes and fat packs, but he will show you the odds of each type of insert across the board: hobby, jumbo, hanger, blaster, fat pack, retail pack, whatever. And I just really enjoy that. So Striker Breaks. Another guy who tells stories is Vintage Card Curator. He takes you through a lot of processes. He takes you through a lot of, his sort of is more narrative focused, and it focuses on a lot of stuff that's happened in the past, not so much stuff that's currently in the news within the past maybe year or so, but prior to that. And just really fun to listen to some of the stories he talks about. Along the same note as this is my next one. It's Mike over at Baseball Collector. He collects primarily, I would say, if I had to guess, 60s through the 90s, maybe early 2000s, which is a large part of my collection also. And it's just fun to listen to him talk about his take on current events, his take on the hobby, his take on cards from the 60s to the 90s. It's fun to see his collection. I love his office. If you see his office, it's got a great setup, but he has got a lot of good insight, and I enjoy listening to Mike. And I'm going to end it on these last two guys. One of them I just came across. Well, no, I take that back. I came across this one maybe 4 or 5 months ago, but he's another stats-based type of channel, and that's Foolish Baseball. And he talks about things like, based on these stats, who had the worst inning in baseball history, who has had the worst career, who has had the best inning. I think he has a great video. I think it's his video on Justin Verlander and a game that he had a few years ago. But it's based on stats and analysis, and it's just a really interesting channel to watch. And then I'm going to follow it up with a guy who just brings humor to the hobby. I think it's not really so much a collecting thing, but it's, even though he has been in some collecting videos, but I just enjoy his humor. And that's going to be Jimmy over at John Boy Media. If you haven't watched his channel, watch it out, or watch it. He has some funny interviews. I love his little recaps. He does little 2 or 3 minute snippets from games where he lip reads. And it's just fun to watch, and it's part of what makes baseball great. So those are my 10 channels that I'm watching now. I'm actually watching probably 30 right now. I think I've upped that, about probably doubled the number of channels I've been watching over the past month or so. A lot of you guys and females who subscribe to this channel, I've checked out your channels. I do watch them on occasion. Four Leaf, I enjoy your stuff. I like that you have your relationship with your kid. There's some others out there, but yeah, those are my 10 right now. Up north, go ahead and send me that baseball package, and I appreciate it, and I hope you folks have a great day, and I'll see you soon.